Well, I mean, the
Okay,
trucking
so
industry changed so much because, like, even like before, like, my uncle had a trucking company back in the 80s, 90s. Like, you used to make a really good living off of it, right? And now it's kind of just like watered down, to like it's kind of crazy because I seen this thing on TikTok that it shows like a driver from the 80s and it shows a driver now. And, drivers in the 80s were more respected, higher paid, appreciated for what they did. It's a little bit harder to get all this stuff. And now it's kind of just they're trying to just throw whoever in there, to saturate the market and just cut costs wherever they can. So, I think it should be a more respected field where it should be a little bit higher paid, what I mean, and a little bit more strict on the guidelines, I think.
okay, you're preaching to the choir here, sir.
Hmm.
There was a professor Uffen at the University at Toronto in the 80s. I'm dating myself here now. Yeah, I've been around for just under 50 years. I'm proud to say it. And I support you. I have never seen this industry like this. And the problem that I see is it's done, it's gone. I don't know how it's going to come back to a level or balanced playing field. Anyways, Professor Uffen had the right idea, in my opinion. What he wanted to do was to have a truck driving turned into a trade.
Okay.
And where you would drive a van, you would drive a box truck, you would go to a bigger box truck, you would go to a single axle tractor, tandem trailer, and you would progress to where you got a CDL. It was a trade course. It was fully accredited and took 4 years. And that's what needed to be happened. The people that were against it are A, the insurance companies, B, government, because they knew there would be a costing for that. But what's cheaper, that or where we are now? Okay,
Well, for
so
them, it's
then
cheaper where we are now because, which I don't understand. The insurance company should have wanted it. I mean, the big carriers are probably the ones that shouldn't have wanted it.
You're 500% right, and I know what's going on. Okay, some in Canada are government insurance. You've got Saskatchewan, Manitoba, and British Columbia, and some provinces have put moratoriums on market entrance, which they should have. There is no doubt about it. But then you go to Ontario, and this is how they're doing it. There's a company that is named after a fruit. I will not name the name.
Rhymes with
And
tango.
what they have, what's that?
Rhymes with tango.
I no, I'm not saying a word. So anyways, they opened up in Ontario, and they're the kings of Driver Inc.
Yeah.
So again, the driver really has no qualifications. What they have is a CDL, a commercial driver's license. So now, where did they get the CDL? Good point. There's several community-based training schools that are accredited, and all they do is sign new drivers.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and these people can literally come off of a plane. English is very limited. Take one of these courses, get someone to sign for them, and they have a CDL. And that's where you run in to all these problems.
You see, that's
right
what
there.
I don't get it because in America, like especially if you're a newer trucking company, you're pretty much only stuck to getting Progressive or Geico sometimes.
Exactly.
But and even though like later on, like you have to be a pretty big trucking company in order to even get any kind of new drivers accepted.
Exactly. And you just said the key phrase there. Sorry, you just said the key phrase with Progressive, because Progressive, that's how they really built their industry. So there's two insurance groups that I really watch. One is the company out of Ontario, okay, that has now expanded into Alberta, okay, and Progressive, okay. That their problems, because and again, there's the people from various countries, okay, such as the Ukraine, such as Russia, get into this business, have limited knowledge, limited hands-on exposure, are able to get a truck through means that I don't know. And then they hire these drivers, as we've discussed, through 1099s. And next thing you know, somebody's on top of somebody, okay? And it's really all over but the crying. And it's terrible. And I hope Donald Trump, I understand this is in the works from talking with people. I understand that he's looking at relinquishing most of these truck driver visas.
Yeah, I think
Okay.
Oklahoma is about to start cracking down too, from what I'm understanding.
Okay, you've got Arkansas,
Yeah, they
you
signed
got
on.
Oklahoma, and you've got Georgia.
Oh, Georgia
Okay.
too? I didn't hear about Georgia yet.
Yep. Okay. Now, at some point in time, okay, this law with English has been on the books for, 50 years. Nobody's ever looked at it till now because there hasn't been the problem till now.
Yeah, I think it's been.
Okay.
I think it was like 1917. I think, if I'm not mistaken, I researched some crazy, like a long time ago, that law was put into place.
You're 100% right.
No.
It's been, it's been forever. So, anyways, getting back to this Driver Inc. So what happens is they will incorporate a company, okay, in Ontario or Alberta. They'll go to this insurance company and they'll be able to to source and secure insurance. They'll send the abstract to the governing body, which will either be Ontario or Alberta, and they will be added to their insurance policy, the individual. And that is wrong, because what they'll do is they'll have a fraudulent resume and a fraudulent
Motor, the Jesus Christ, I can't. MVR, right? Motor vehicle, whatever.
yeah,
The record.
well,
Yeah.
no, they can't get a motor vehicle abstract because there's nothing there under that DL they have, right? But you're going in the right direction. Now, I have been told, have not seen it, that various companies have produced a false MVR.
Yeah. So I was
Like
getting
this,
that. I mean, not to get into but I kind of seen it myself here and there. So I know it's a thing that's definitely done here.
and again, I request anybody listening to this seek their own independent legal advice and independent professional accounting advice, and that way they're protecting themselves.
All right, sorry about that. I had to take a cigarette break because I don't want to cut the conversation short. And obviously on YouTubes and TikToks, I don't think you could be smoking on. I got some ashes on me. But we're kind of still talking between a break, and I kind of just we're talking about. And I mentioned that I think that visa thing completely messed up the whole cabotage thing for people, because like if you realistically think about it, like before the visa thing, like, and I've been in trucking for over 20 years now, and this is the first time it really came to my attention about the cabotage stuff.